All right, you guys can go position 2, go. All right, here we go. So moving on to our next thing. So next thing is like this. So this time what we're gonna do is I want you to raise your hand if you ever skipped before. Perfect, everybody's almost skipped. All right, if you haven't skipped, it's okay. All right, so, okay, when you skip, normally you're just trying to travel a lot of distance, stuff like that. This time I want to try to see for the height. So your goal is to launch your knee as high up as you can up in the air, okay? So once again, I'm not trying to just see how fast I can kind of skip down the floor. My goal is this time I want to see how I can lift my leg up, boom, up, boom. I just want to see how high I can jump as I skip. So here, jump, tuck that knee in as tight as I can, okay? So you guys will go all the way down. I'm gonna give you guys about 2 minutes to go through this, and then we'll move on to something else, okay? All right, stand up, let's go. All right, guys, time. All right, you guys can slide back, perfect. All right, you guys can go to position 2. Sir. All right, good. All right, so here's the next one, okay? So this one, you're like this, okay? So you're gonna take 2 steps. You're gonna go step, step. Now, if you notice, I bent my knees here. Your goal is I want you to jump and turn in a full 360, okay? So you're gonna be here, step, step, jump, land. You're gonna land facing the exact same way that you started, okay? So step, step, jump, turn, land, okay? If you're facing the opposite direction, by the time you get done, and obviously you've done something wrong, or you didn't spin all the way. So what I mean by that, if you go step, step, turn, and you're facing this way, that is wrong. You only did a 180. That's half of what I want you to do, okay? So at 360 is when you turn all the way back around. So step, step, turn, boom, 360, okay? So you don't have to do it coming back. You just have to do it going down the floor, okay? So down the floor, step, step, jump, turn. Once you get to the dot, you can run back in line. Now, for you guys here, once the person gets about to the halfway mark here, then the next person can already get started. Does that make sense? Sure. All right, same thing, about 2 minutes. You guys can work with this. All right, stand up, let's go. All right, you guys can stand up for me, please. All right, here we go. So like we talked about last week, the goal is to kind of put you guys into a couple different groupings. That way you guys can work on a little like miniature, little mini demos on your guys' little things, okay? So what we're gonna add today is we already know pretty much all the comma stuff. We did some kicking stuff last week, which we'll add here later. But I wanna do a quick review on one of the hand combinations that we worked already. So you guys can just follow along with me and then we'll go from there, okay? So, all right, so we're all starting here on our dot. Now the goal is for all of us to stay on our dots. That way we're not kind of all over the place. And like, you know, I have you guys spread out right now where there's 3 here, there's 4 in the back. You know, you can see perfectly where you're at based on the front. Nobody's in front of you or behind you, okay? So it looks nice and neat right now. So we want to keep it that way. All right, so we're going to start like this, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to take my hands here, okay? And just like how we start our comma form, when we pull the bow, I'm going to do the exact same thing. So I'm going to take my hands, I'm going to pull the bow just right here. Now, if you notice, this foot kind of comes up a little bit because I'm going to step with that foot. So I'm going to take my hands, I'm going to hug, I'm going to step, chop, okay? I'm going to take my backhand, punch, okay? Then the hand I'm punching with, I'm going to hug, chop to the other side, punch, okay? So every time I punch, that's when I shift my stance. Now, for the last one here, I'm going to bring my feet together, I'm going to turn, okay? Chop, then shift, punch, okay? Let's do that one more time real fast. So we're here, grab, pull, okay? Use my front hand, chop, punch, hug, chop, punch. Now spin, hug, chop, punch. All right, last time, and then I'm gonna have you guys demonstrate by yourself, okay? So, pull the bow, and chop, punch, spin, chop, punch. Now I want you to kind of look down on your dot and see if you're still on that dot. If your foot's on there, good. If you're not on it, then something went wrong. All right, so we can reset. All right, so this time I'm not gonna demonstrate it, but you guys are still gonna do it for me, okay? So, all right, so pull the bow, okay? All right, front hand, chop. Good, now backhand, punch. Good, other side, chop. Backhand, punch. And now spin and chop, punch. Good, so we all should be facing the left side, our right hand should be punching, and we should be in a good what stance, everybody? Front stance, good. So make sure that front knee's bent, all the toes are facing the right direction, everything's good there. All right, you guys can relax. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give you guys 1 minute just on that section, okay? And then we're gonna talk about the next section of this, okay? So 1 minute, you're gonna practice that real fast, okay? You're not gonna do it in groups right now. You're just gonna do it by yourself, okay? You're gonna get to the group part of this training later on in just a second, okay? All right, so 1 minute, you guys go ahead. All right, guys, time? All right, so let's all get back into that last punch. So we're right here, we just did the last punch. All right, now from here, all the rest of our stuff is gonna be kind of directed towards the front of the room, but I gotta get there first, okay? So the only way I can explain it is like a big old windmill, okay? So you're gonna take your hands, you're gonna open them, okay? You're gonna wind them up, boom, and they're gonna close pretty much right on top of each other. Now, if you notice, as I did that, my feet came together, okay? Now, my left hand should be the one that's on top because I'm gonna use that hand, I'm gonna step with my right leg, boom. I'm gonna do a knife hand low block, okay? So my hand is open for a knife hand, just like that. Now from here, I'm gonna take my left leg, I'm gonna step forward, then my back hand's gonna punch, okay? Then from here, I'm gonna switch legs, boom, I'm on a palm heel strike with the back hand. So if you think about it, it's kind of like your green belt section because you punch with opposite hand and you have your opposite foot in front. All right, so let's reset real fast, okay? So, Right hand's out, left leg's out here. Okay, switch your legs. There you go, good. All right, so I'm gonna wrap around, close. Now I'm gonna step out, block. Now I'm gonna step with my left leg, punch. Now switch, palm. Perfect. All right, last time. We're not gonna spend too much time because there's like 3 or 4 moves we're adding. It's not too much. All right, so punch again. All right, so we're gonna wrap. Here, step, bam. Good, now step, punch. And now switch, palm. Good, and then you should have your right leg in front. So Garsh, switch your legs for me, please. And then Ashton, there you go, good. And then, yep, you got it, good. Good, all right, so let me see you guys do it this time, okay? So show me your punch. Good, all right, so you're gonna wrap around and down. Good, switch your legs. There you go, good. All right, now from here, you're gonna punch. Good, backhand punch. Now switch, palm. Good, and then when I do that, you guys can go back real fast. And then go to position 2. All right, so when I do that switch, so when I step out, I'm not stepping forward because then I'm gonna have a stance. I want more of like a sitting stance type of deal, okay? Well, it's not really a sitting stance, it's still a front stance, but the only difference is I'm not taking a leg out in front yet, okay? So I'm here, boom, my feet are on the same line. Now when I punch, that's when I put one leg in front. And then when I switch to palm, I'm not stepping, I'm just jumping and switching. This is what I'm doing because once again, we don't want to cover off our dots too much. And if I step forward, then you're definitely going to be off your dot, okay? So now what you're going to do is you're going to combine it with the last section we just did. So we're going to put everything together now. So you guys can stand up. Sure. So if we start from the beginning, right, you're going to pull the bow, okay? Left hand chop. Good, backhand punch. Good, now turn, chop, punch. Good, now spin, hug, chop, punch. Good, everyone's facing the same direction, perfect. Now from here, we're gonna wrap around and chop down. Good, now you're gonna punch 1. Now remember, you're gonna switch in place. You're gonna jump, switch, palm 2. So go ahead, switch palm. Good. Put that leg in front, Elias. And then same thing, you gotta switch your legs, Liam. There you go, good, now you got it. All right, good. All right, good. All right, you guys can reset. All right, so last time, all together. All right, so pull, okay, and chop 1, 2, chop 1, 2, turn, chop, punch. Now, wrap around, down. Now from here, I'm gonna step, punch 1. Good, I'm gonna jump, switch my legs, palm 2. Perfect, all right, you guys are working on that all together now. Actually, you're putting the whole thing together, you're still not working together yet, okay? Once we get done with this, then we're all gonna work together, okay? So I'm gonna give you guys 2 minutes to put everything together, okay? That's time for you to make sure you know the form, and also you have to make sure you add your stances, okay? All right, 2 minutes, let's go. All right, guys, time. All right, so this is what you guys are doing, okay? So I split my guys off into 2 different teams. Based on your numbers, that's how you're going to decide what teams you're going to split off into. But their goal is right now is just to put the form together, but as a big old group. So you guys just got done demonstrating it separately, just all, you know, by yourselves. Now the goal is to use some teamwork and put it all together, okay? So these guys are organized where there's one person in the front, there's a couple people in the back. Whoever's in the front should be the one that's leading. You can say the words or you can count by 1, however you want to do it for right now, but the goal is, like I said, just to make sure you guys have all of that together with your group, okay? So these guys got about 3 minutes, so I'm going to give you guys 3 minutes to work through this, and then you guys can unpause and we'll work on the next thing, okay? All right, let's go. All right, guys, so the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna actually switch the groups. So I'm gonna switch one person from each group, and I'm gonna pick a different leader so you guys can do the same thing, okay? So switch one person from the groups. If you had multiple groups or if you had one, that's fine. But just maybe assign a new leader. That way everyone gets a chance to kind of run through that leadership role, and they kind of get to see what it's like to kind of lead a team, okay? So we'll run it through again for another 3 minutes, and then we'll talk about the next thing. right, so here's what you're gonna do, okay? So we have been working through a comma form as well as the form that we just worked through today, okay? So now we're gonna put it together. So what you're gonna do is your commas are gonna kind of sit kind of behind you. That way, when you get ready to pick them up, you can kind of just reach behind you and grab them, okay? So can I borrow yours real fast for me, please? Thank you, sir. All right, so if these are my commas, and then for you guys it's swords. So we're gonna sit it behind us just like this. Now, everything's gonna go through the same, okay? So I'm gonna be with my team, I bow, okay, I pull the bow, everything's the same. I go chop, punch, turn, 1, 2, round, down, switch, palm. Now from here, look, all I have to do is I have to reach back, boom, I get to grab my commas. Come up, bam. Now I got my commas in my hand, okay? I'll make sure my team's ready. Then I can pull the bow and then I can start my weapons form, okay? I can do all my cuts, okay? On one side, then the other side, boom, boom, boom. Everything's the same. 1, 2, if you guys can, add the bonus move at the end with the toss, okay? So that's what you guys are gonna work on. So what I'm gonna let you do though is you're gonna work on just the weapons portion of it for about 2 minutes just to give you a refresher. But we should already know the form because we've been working on it for a couple of weeks now, okay? But everybody's been out every once in a while, so it's okay. That's why I'm gonna give you guys a refresher. So everybody's gonna get 2 minutes. You guys get to do a refresher on your weapons section of your form, of your training, and then we're gonna put it together with the hand combination here in just a second, okay? So 2 minutes, work on the comma form, and then we're gonna put it together. All right, let's go. All right, so you guys have already split it off into your groups. You already rotated partners and like that. So I would like for you guys to grab your sword now. You guys are gonna work through the sword. I'm gonna put in the part where we practiced the sword form from last time. After you reviewed that, then I'm gonna let you guys know what we're gonna do next, okay? So you guys can follow along with me. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take the sword, we're gonna flip it up to my shoulder, and then I'm gonna grab, okay? So I'm gonna flip up and grab. You guys can follow along with me. I'm gonna go down 1, I'm gonna go shoulder 2, okay? Then from here, I'm gonna rotate up, down, okay? I'm gonna step, chop again. Now this is a perfect way for us to rotate into our downward figure eights, okay? I'm already facing to the front and I could do 3 of these, and the way I know to do 3 is just take 3 steps. 1, 2, 3, okay? So let's do that one more time. I'm gonna flip up, grab, I'm gonna cut down 1, I'm gonna cut down 2, I'm gonna spin 3 and 4, okay? I'm gonna take 3 steps to do 3 rotations. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's do that last time together, and now I'll have you guys kind of work with partners. Flip it up, okay? 1, 2, turn, 3, 4, and now I go 1, 2, 3. All right, I want you guys to practice that. You guys can get into groups of 2 or 3. Either one works. Practice that for about 2 minutes, then we'll work on to the next thing. All right, 2 minutes, let's go. All right, guys, time. All right, you are now going to put it together with the hand combination. So you'll set the commas or your sword in the back, okay? Then you'll demonstrate the combo. After the combo is done, you'll reach over, you'll grab, pick up your weapon, and then all you guys will start that weapon part. Has everybody got it? Yeah. All right. time. All right, awesome job, guys. You guys can go to position 2 real fast. Amazing work. I look forward to seeing some of the videos, some of the stuff that you guys did today. I always like seeing you guys do some stuff while we're out and about. You guys did an amazing job. You guys can stand up. All right, feet together, face me, and balcony. All right, you guys are dismissed. I will see you guys next time.